ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषये भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपात्तमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। श्रीभगवानुवाच
श्रीभगवानुवाच
अशोच्यानन्वशोचस्त्वम्
अशोच्यानन्वशोचस्त्वम्
प्रज्ञावादांश्च भाषसे
प्रज्ञावादांश्च भाषसे
गतासु न गतासूंश्च
गतासु न गतासूंश्च
नानुशोचन्ति पण्डिताः
नानुशोचन्ति पण्डिताः
न त्वेवागं जातु नासम्
नत्वेवासुनासम्
न त्वं नेमे जनाधिपाः
नत्वं
मे
नेमे
जनाधिपाः
जनाधिपाः
न चैव न भविष्यामः
न चैव न भविष्यामः
सर्वे वयमतः परम्
सर्वे वयमतः परम्
देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे
देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे
कौमारं यौवनं जरा
कौमारं यौवनं जरा
तथा देहान्तरप्राप्तिः
तथा
देहान्तरप्राप्तिः
धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यते
धीरस्तनमुक्ति
मात्रा स्पर्शास्तु कौन्तेय
मात्रा स्पर्शास्तु कौन्तेय
शीतोष्णसुखदुःखदाः
शीतोष्णसुखदुःखाः
आगमापायिनो नित्याः
आगमापायिनो नित्याः
तान् तितिक्षस्व भारत
तान् तितिक्षस्व भारत
यं हि न व्यथयन्ते ते
यं हि न व्यथयन्ते
पुरुषं पुरुषर्षभ
पुरुषं पुरुषः
समदुःखसुखं धीरम्
समदुःखसुखं धीरम्
सोमृतत्वाय कल्पते
सोमृतत्वाय कल्पते
नासतो विद्यते भावः
असतो विद्यते भावः
नाभावो विद्यते सतः
नाभावो
भावो
विद्यते सतः
उभयोरपि दृष्टोऽन्तः
उभयोरपि दृष्टोऽन्तः
त्वनयोस्तत्त्वदर्शिभिः
योगदर्शिभिः
This is a shloka which we were seeing the last class. As I told, this shloka is it's a very important shloka in the sense that it contains the meaning which the which conveys the teaching, the tatparyam of the shastram. There are some shlokas like that scattered here and there in the Gita. These shlokas have to be analyzed, have to be examined, have to be understood, and then assimilate the meaning. Skipping these shlokas, understanding the other shlokas, that will not help in understanding the teaching of the Shastra. These shlokas are very profound shlokas because it has got profound meaning. The shloka is simple, but the meaning is profound. The words are simple, but the meaning of the words are very profound because it conveys what the Upanishads convey. The teaching of the Upanishad is presented in a cryptic form, in a sutra form. If you want to know the teaching of the Shastram, a few shlokas like that, if you know, that is enough. If you want to know what the Shastram teaches, if you want jnanam, these cryptic shlokas, these profound shlokas are enough. That will give the knowledge. That will give the knowledge. That knowledge will give moksha, freedom. That is why such shlokas, Vyasacharya, he inserts or he places the shloka in such a way, in such a place where it requires a deeper analysis. After such shloka, you will find other shlokas, following shlokas are light, in the sense Vyasacharya will get or would have got enough time by the time the author, the writer, the Ganapati was the writer. He was the stenographer for Vyasacharya. So by the time Lord Ganapati he understands the shloka and writes it, Vyasacharya would be ready with a few hundred shlokas. That was the condition before Ganapati he consented to be the stenographer for Vyasacharya. So therefore, such shlokas you will find, and that shlokas has profound meaning. So this is one of the important shloka. We started discussing this shloka from the last class, and as I heard from some of you, the meaning of the shlokas are not clear. So let me explain with some more examples so that this becomes clear. If this shloka is not clear, then Vedanta is not clear. Studying Vedanta for a number of years and not understanding what is Satyam and what is Mithya. Everything I have understood except Satyam Mithya, it means Vedanta is not understood. Vedanta is nothing but understanding Satyam and Mithya. That is Vedanta. And there is a wrong understanding about Mithya in the spiritual world among some people. The Mithya is wrongly understood. They think the Mithya is that which doesn't exist. We are not talking about that which do not exist completely. That which doesn't have absolute existence cannot be talked about. That which doesn't have absolute existence. How do you know it? You can talk about only that thing which has existence. Absolutely non-existent thing cannot be even conceived of because it is non-existent. Completely, absolutely non-existent. That is not mithya. That is not mithya. Therefore, we have a word for that also. Absolutely non-existent. Absolutely non-existent thing cannot be even conceived of. When you conceive that object in your mind, then it gets existence. It comes into existence. It comes into existence and it is definable by a word which may have some meaning or may not have meaning also. Because it has come to your conception in your mind, it gets existence. Therefore, you cannot conceive of anything in your mind which are totally non-existent. Therefore, there is no absolutely non-existent thing. This must be clear. Absolutely non-existent thing do not exist. The moment you say, you talk about that, it gains existence. Whatever you know through your senses, through your mind, you know those which are existent. Those which are existent. Or with your mind, in your dream, you know things which are not existent in the waking state, but the combination of things, what the combination of things that you can see in the dream, and those things you would have seen in the waking state as separately. Like the example what I gave, the rabbit's horn. Rabbit's horn doesn't exist. It doesn't have absolute existence, but rabbit as existence, and horn as separate existence. You have seen horn of the bull, of the bison, you have seen horn, and you have seen the rabbit. Then these two things are mixed up in your dream, and you see the rabbit's horn. So that is possible. Rabbit, rabbit's horn is possible in the dream, where the rabbit and the horn in the waking, they exist separately, and that you see as combined in the dream. That is possible. But you cannot think of that which do not exist at all. How can you think of, even in dream also, not possible. So therefore there is no there is nothing absolutely non-existent thing. This shloka doesn't talk about that absolutely non-existent thing. For that we have a word in Sanskritam, that is tucham. That is tucham. Even the rabbit's horn is tucham. Why it is tucham? It doesn't exist in the waking world. In the Jagrat Avastha, in the waking world, in the Vyavahara, you don't see the rabbit, the man with the horns. You don't see. There is no square circle. Square circle is possible in the dream. Circle, square, both these things are combined in the dream, and you have square circle in the dream. And in the waking, the circle and the square, they exist separately, distinctly, that you combine with your imagination. You become Ishvara, you become the creator in the dream. You project the dream, and in the dream, you see square circle. That is possible. But once you wake up, you don't see that. It is not there. It is doesn't exist. So therefore 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 it is tucham. Therefore tucham. So tucham refers to that which do not exist at all. So Manushya Shringa, man's on, doesn't exist. Square circle doesn't exist. These are tucham. This shloka doesn't talk about that. Okay. First we should know what it talks about, what it doesn't talk about. Then what it talks about, two things are talked about: asat and asat. Sat and asat. Sat means that which has existence. Sat means that which exists independently. Asat means that which do not exist independently. Sat and asat. Sataha, Sataha abhavaha na vidyate. Sataha abhavaha na vidyate. Sat abhavaha. Abhavaha means not non-existence. There is no non-existence for Sat. Sataha, I am reading the second part of the shloka in the first line. Nabhavo vidyate sataha. Sataha abhavaha na vidyate. Sataha means that which exists independently. That Sat do not have non-existence. Double negative is there. Abhavaha na vidyate. Non-existence not there for Sat. And what is Sat? Sat is there which exists independently. So it means what? It is Sat which always exists. We will talk about Sat. Though we talked about in the last class, we'll talk about Sat further. Understand that part of this shloka. Na bhavo vidyate sataha. Sat, there is no non-existence. There is no non-existence. Double negative. There is no non-existence for Sat. Then opposite of Sat, that is Asat. Asat. Asat means which do not exist independently, which depends on Sat for its existence. That is Asat. Nasato vidyate bhavaha. Na asataha. That's Savarna Dirgha Sandhi. We know. Asataha bhavaha na vidyate. Bhavaha, existence, na vidyate, not there for Asat. Asat do not have existence. Now, this part of this shloka may create confusion. Asat do not have existence. Do we talk about completely non-existent thing like Manushya Shringa, man's on or rabbit's on, Shashashringa? No. We are talking about that which do not exist independently. Asat. Asataha bhavaha na vidyate. Asat is that which do not exist. You have to supply independently. Sat is there which exists independently. There is no non-existence for Sat and there is no existence for Asat. This is the meaning of the first line of this shloka. Now we have to understand with some example. Sat means the existence. What is that existence? Atma is Sat. Anatma is Asat. Atma is Sat. That is why Sat Chit Ananda Swarupaha Atma. In the Tattva Bodha, in the definition of Atma, Sachidananda Swarupasan Yakatishtati Sa Atma. We say Atma is Sat. That which is not Atma is Anatma. Anatma is Asat. Atma is Sat. Anatma is Asat. Atma exists independently, doesn't borrow existence from something else. Atma has independent existence. Atma is you, the Brahma, the Chaitanyam. Anatma is that which is not Atma, that is Jada. Jada Vastu, Anatma, inert matter. Anatma, that is Asat. They do not have independent existence. In fact, the Anatma, if you analyze Anatma, what is Anatma? That is why we need Viveka. Atma Anatma Viveka, one of the important or the first and foremost the qualification, sadhana, chatushtaya, sampati, that the viveka buddhi, distinctly understanding what is Atma and what is Anatma. Because there is a confusion of Atma, Anatma, mixing up of Atma, Anatma, mixing up of the attributes, the lakshanam of Atma and the attributes of Anatma, and therefore there is a wrong understanding. Because the mix-up is there in the mind, therefore there is a wrong understanding about oneself. This shariram is Anatma, it is Asat. This shariram is Anatma, Asat, and the shariri, the one who resides in the body. Who resides in the body means where does he reside? Does he have any particular location? He resides all over the body. That consciousness is there all over the body. Does it have any particular location from the tip of the toe to the top of the head? Anywhere you touch, you feel you are touched. The consciousness is there. Even a small pain, a little mosquito bite on the toe, you can feel it. Therefore, consciousness is there. So you are pervading throughout the body. So you are there all over the body. The whole body is you. Because consciousness is there all over the body. You feel conscious of the body. From the tip of the toe to the top of the head, you are as though you are confined by the periphery of the body. That is why this Anatma Shariram is taken to be Atma, the consciousness, with Anatma Shariram to be myself. And this Anatma is Asat, do not exist independently. The Shariram, can it exist independently? If Shariram can exist independently, then nobody will bury the body after death. That is why we say the person has gone. When the prana leaves the body is there, the person has gone, the person has left the body, we say. You cannot take the body and go. Then body also will disappear. The body is here, but the person has left the body. Prana has left the body. So the prana, the life, what has left the body, that gives existence to the body. Therefore, body is Sat or Asat. Body cannot exist independently. Minus something, the body doesn't exist. What is that minus something? That is Atma. Atma is not there. That prana is not there. So, therefore, the body is Asat. Do not exist independently. It exists because of Atma. And Atma, does it depend on something else for its existence? If Atma also depends something else for its existence, then that becomes Atma. If that also depends on something else for its existence, then that becomes Atma. If that also depends on something else for its existence, then that becomes, if you go on like this, there is no end. We cannot go. We have to stop. Atma is independent, doesn't depend on anything for its existence. And this Atma, as though confined to the body, as though left the body, therefore the body minus Atma is dead. Therefore, the body is Anatma, it is Asat. And Sat really means presence. The presence of the Atma gives life to the body. The body is active, the body is alive. The Anatma Shariram is alive because of this Satya Atma. So, therefore, now this Shariram is what? Asat. Can we say Shariram doesn't exist? We cannot say. Our life is there. We live because of this Shariram. The life is Shariram is because of the Shariram. Therefore, Shariram is not Tucham. It is Asat. It depends on Atma for its survival, for its existence. Atma doesn't depend on Shariram for its survival. Atma continues to be even after the destruction of the body. That is what Bhagavan Krishna said in the beginning itself. Natte vagam jatunasam nattam neme janadipaha nachaiva nabhavishyamaha sarve vayamatah param deginosmin yata dehe kaumaram yavvanam jara tatha dehantara praptihi dhiraha tatrana mukyati iti. The body undergoes changes, all the changes, but Atma doesn't undergo change. If along with the body, Atma also undergoes changes, then Atma also becomes Asat because it changes. Therefore, that which doesn't change, that which gives existence to Anatma Shariram, that is Atma, that is Sat. And that Sat doesn't have non-existence. There is no non-existence for Sat Atma. That is why Sadatma. And that Asat Shariram doesn't have existence. Therefore, Asataha Bhavaha na Vidyate doesn't have real existence. So, therefore, Shariram is not real, unreal. Unreal doesn't mean non-existence. It has got existence, but that existence only for a certain period of time. It exists only for a certain duration, maybe for 70 years, 80 years. Shariram survives. And while surviving, the Shariram undergoes a lot of changes. Asti, Jayate, Vardate, Viparinamate, Apakshiyate, Vinashyati. All the Vikaras happen in the Shariram. Anatma Shariram, Asat Shariram. Therefore, this is Asat. Anatma is Asat. And this Anatma Shariram has really not really no existence. It means it is existence, but not totally existent. Totally existent. That which has dependent existence is Asat. Anatma is Asat. That which has total existence, independent existence, that is Atma. Atma is Sat. So now it will be clear, I think, what is Sat and what is Asat. And we have a word, technical word, an important word for this dependent existence. That is, the things which depend for its existence. The dependent existence. The dependent existent things are called mithya. It is called mithya. It is called mithya. So, anatma shariram is mithya. That which has dependent existence is mithya. Shariram has dependent existence on atma. Anatma shariram has dependent existence on atma. Therefore, this anatma shariram is asat, and we have a word for asat. Asat meaning dependent existence, that is mithya. Therefore, mithya, the word mithya is important. And that is what the definition we saw. Atma satyaha tadanyata sarvam mithya iti. That is called tattva viveka. Viveka, discriminative understanding of the tattvam, the reality. Atma is satyam. Other than Atma, what is there? Anatma. From the standpoint of the empirical world, Atma, Anatma. Really speaking, that is only Atma, that is from the absolute standpoint. Paramarthika drishtya, Atma alone. There are no two things. Anyway, that we will talk about it later. From the Vyavahara drishti, from the empirical standpoint, Atma, Anatma. And this Atma is Satya and Anatma is Mithya. They do not exist independently. Mithya. That which is Mithya, that which is Anatma, but they enjoys existence. Why? Because of Atma. And this Anatma, Asat objects, they do not have really substance. If you analyze the anatma object, you will find they don't really have a substance to say that it has existence. Like this example, we need a place to live. That place is called house. House, the ayatanam, a place to live. The place to live is called ayatanam, house. Now, this house is made of number of rooms are there. From the reception room, then kitchen, dining hall, then bathroom, bedroom. So many rooms are there. Now, what is this house? Is it a drawing room? Is it a reception room? Or is it only a kitchen? Or is it a dining room? Or is it only a bedroom? What is this house? What is houses? Any of these rooms, any one of the room alone is not house. Therefore, his house has got divisions. Number of rooms are there, and that too we are talking only about only one floor. And this house has got many floors: first floor, second floor, so many floors. Skyscrapers are there. So, what is house then? House is just a word. Is just a word which has got some more words in it. Yeah, house. When you say house, you have to bring in the floor. Basement, first floor, second floor, third floor. And when you say floor, you have to bring in the rooms. When you say first floor, you have to tell your apartment number, and that in that apartment you have got different rooms. That is the house. So the house, the word, it eats itself into other words, floors into apartments, your apartment, your floor, and your floor, your room, your that room. That in fact that is not a room. That is your house. So house within a house, and the house has got number of rooms. Now you are in your house. Let us say now, and your house has got number of rooms. Now which is the house now? Where is the house? The house is nothing. It is, you see the walls. The walls are well painted, and the floor, marble floor. So now the house which are made of rooms, and the rooms are made of marbles, and the walls. Now, are the walls the house? Or the floor the house? The walls itself is painted. So painting cannot be the house. Painting cannot be the room. And the painting has been done on the cement. On the cement, first you apply cement and then it is painted. So cement cannot be the room. And if you further go deeper, behind the cement there are bricks. Bricks are there. Many bricks put together, they form the wall, they form the ceiling, they form the ground, the floor. So bricks are not the house. So where is the house then you are talking about? And if you are living in a flat system, you live in the 14th floor. What is the 14th floor? You don't have a ground at all to live. In fact, you cannot climb your house at all because you are living the space somewhere hanging. Where is your house? What is your ground? You are living in the space. You are living up above the ground, in the 14th floor, in the space you are living. And the space is confined by the walls. Really speaking, therefore you don't have house at all. Your house means you should have a land. There is no land at all for you. You are living the space. If you say that 14th floor is your floor, that floor, it is common to the person who is living below the floor, 13th floor. He will climb, he has got climb for it. And the wall, the neighbor has got climb. The walls belong to the neighbors. Neighbors also. So really, where is the house? You don't have a house at all, really. Even if you say, I live in the 14th house, which has got many rooms, it has its real value is 1 crore. What is the value? The 1 crore for the space. Therefore, where is the existence for the house? The word house itself yields, gives to many other words, and if you analyze those words, finally, it is nothing but the space. So the house has existence, but really house is not existent. What is really existent is the rooms, and the rooms are also not existent. Really, what is existent is the paint. The paint also not existent. Really, what is existent is the cement. The cement is also not really existent because the bricks are there, and bricks also not existent because the bricks has got further its clay powder. Like that, you can go on and on. So each word yields other words, other words, other words. So the existence of the house, that existence, what the house enjoys, is because of the existence of the brick, which we can see physically a brick. The brick has existence. Because of the brick, the, s- the, s- the cement, because of the cement, the paint, because of the paint, there is a floor, there are floors and there are rooms, and because of the rooms, you have a house. Now, the brick is what? Brick is Satyam. And the brick also is not Satyam. When you say analyze a brick alone, the brick is made of clay powder. So when you say brick is, the brick is, the brick exists because of the clay is. The clay is, therefore brick is. Minus clay, the brick is not. So brick is because the clay is. And the clay also because of the clay powder is. Minus clay powder, clay doesn't exist. You cannot make the brick. You cannot make the clay powder is not there. You cannot make clay. Clay is not there. You cannot make the brick. When bricks are not there, house cannot be constructed. And house are nothing but a space which are enclosed by the walls. That is called a house. So what is house really speaking? A house is nothing but a space. But you don't call any space as your house. But what is space is, that is mithya. That is mithya. And if you take the brick has existence on clay, and the clay has existence on clay powder, and the clay powder has dependent existence on molecules, and the molecules has dependent existence on atoms, and the atoms had dependent existence on subatomic particles, electron, proton, and further subatomic particles, further subatomic particles. You can go on, and finally you have to land up on God's particle. That God alone is existent, Atma alone is existent, and that existence is borrowed by subatomic particles, atoms, molecules, and then up to the room, the floor, house. So, what is really existence? All these are asset. They have borrowed existence. What is existence? When you say it is, that isness, the existence belongs to that alone. That is Atma, which doesn't depend on something else for its existence. That is called Sat. That is called Sat. So, Sat means that which has total independent existence. And Asat is do not exist. They are put together. Asat is really an assembly. This house is an assembly. House is an assembly of rooms. Assembly of cement, paint, bricks is an assembly. Assembly has got parts. The parts have got subparts. And the subparts have got subparts. If we go on, finally it has to end up with that there you have to stop. And that is Atma. That is Sat. And that Sat alone gives existence. And that Sat, that existence of Atma, that Atmanaha Lakshanam is that Sat. That cannot be destroyed. Because of that, only everything enjoys existence. So, therefore, Everything is mithya. The house is mithya. The rooms is mithya. The wall is mithya. Brick is mithya. And the clay is mithya. Clay powder is mithya. Molecules mithya. Atoms mithya. Subatomic particles mithya. Subatomic particles mithya. Mithya, mithya, you keep on going. How long you will go? 24/7, 365 days, whole 100 years, you have to say mithya, mithya. Finally, you have to arrive at that which doesn't, that which is not mithya, which is satyam, that is Bhagavan, that is Atma. And that Atma, Sataha, Abhavaha na vidyate, Tasya Abhavaha na vidyate. That doesn't have no non-existence. That doesn't have non-existence. It exists independently. So, therefore, mithya is that which depends on Sat, and mithya is that which is an assembly. It's an assemblage. It's put together. This body is also like the house. It is put together. What is body? The leg is not the body. The hands are not the body. The heart alone is not the body. So body as parts, consists of parts. It has got avayavas. It has got parts. Angas are there. Everything put together, not randomly, intelligently put together. Legs are at the appropriate place. Hands are at the sides. Thank God it is at the sides. Suppose if it is in front, then it will like a horse. It has at the sides. And in the face, everything is nicely placed. Your nose is at the appropriate place, and mouth is placed just below the nose, so that when you eat, you can smell also. Suppose this mouth is there above the nose, then before you eat, you have to take it to the nose, and then you have to offer swaha, like you put it on the agni kunda. You have to put akshada on your head, like that you have to eat. And Swamiji used to make fun, saying that nose is not on the top of the head. Otherwise, you will be like a steam engine. When you smoke, you will be sending out smokes from your head. In the face, all the things are put together nicely. It has got appropriate place. Ears are at the sides, and eyes are like the headlight. It is placed at the light at the front. Everything is intelligently put together. It is put together. It is an assembly. And the assembly is not Sat. This assembly, when we say it has parts, the parts as further parts, subparts, subparts, go on and on. The body itself, you take any one part, it has got so many parts. And that part has got so many parts. That is why we have got so many specialists even for the sub part of a body. The eye is a part. We have got a specialist. And for that eye, the retina, for that another specialist is there. So everything is a subject of study. Every part, every sub-part of the body is a subject matter for study. It's a subject matter to be analyzed, and we can do PhD on that. So, therefore, these are put together. Being put together, they don't have absolute existence because they can be separated, they can be disintegrated, they can be divided. That which is not divisible, undivided, which is not an assembly, which is not put together, that is a whole. That is because that is that which gives existence to all these things. That is Sat. That is Atma. And that Atmanaha Abhavaha na vidyate. Atma is Sat. That it doesn't have no non-existence. In fact, because of Atma only, that Atma only, this body survives. So the Satyam, the truth of this Shariram is Atma. That Satyam, the truth of this Shariram, which is also like a house, it's an assembly intelligently put together by the Bhagavan. That is that That intelligence is Bhagavan, and that is Chaitanyam, Brahma Chaitanyam, we say, and that is Sat. The Sat, that alone gives existence to this Mithya Shariram. So, therefore, Mithya means that which doesn't have total independent existence. The body is Mithya. The body is Mithya because it has parts put together. That which is put together is Mithya. That which is put together, it is Mithya. When it is put together, it has got a name. It has got a name, it has got a form. Nama Rupa. A Nama and Rupa is there. And that Nama Rupa has got further Nama, words and forms Nama Rupa. And it has got further words and forms Nama Rupa. Go on and on and on. Finally, you have to land up on that which is not objectifiable, and which has got Nama, and that is Sarvanama, that is Bhagavan, Ishvara, that is Atma, Sat, Chaitanyam. Tasya abhavaha na vidyate. Another example, a simple, and it's a Shastra example. The clay and the pot. To understand this Satyam and Mithya. Clay pot example. A pot is there. What is a pot? A pot is nothing but clay. Why? Because from the clay alone, the pot is made. The pot has come to existence because of clay. So, with reference to pot, the karanam, the cause is clay, and the pot is karya, the product. This is another way of looking at the mithya. One way of looking at mithya, I told, it is put together. It has got parts. Another way of looking at it, it has got karana karya, sambandha is there. So clay is the karanam and pot is the karya, the product. So the karya is not separate from the karanam. What is the karya really? The pot is the word. The pot is a word, and the word is associated with a particular form. A shape is there. The shape is the pot. If shape alone is the pot, no, because in the shape, the same, in the because the shape is really doesn't exist apart from the clay. Minus clay, the shape, what shape is there? Pot is nothing but a shape. But if I say if you want to buy a pot, and if I say you keep the shape, you give me the clay, what will you buy? Shape alone you cannot buy. When you buy the shape means you are buying the clay. So what is shape? Shape, does it have real independent existence? Therefore, pot as such doesn't have independent existence. The pot exists because of the karanam, the clay. Minus karanam, the gata, the pot doesn't exist. Now, in this example, which is sat? Clay is sat. You have to see only this example. Clay is sat. Clay has got independent existence. And this independent existence, clay, has given existence to the product pot, and the pot is nothing but the clay with a name and a form. The pot is nothing but the clay with a name and form. So pot is what? Mithya. Pot is mithya. It doesn't mean completely non-existent. We are not talking about completely non-existence. If you say completely non-existent, then you see pot, and pot stores water. How can a completely non-existent thing can store water? And water is real. How can the pot be totally unreal? In the unreal part, totally unreal part, you are storing the real, the Vyavakarika, empirically real water. How is it possible? Pot is empirically real. Water is also empirical real. And the empirical real water is stored in the empirical real pot. But pot is what? Not completely real. The pot is nothing but the clay. Clay is real. Clay has got independent existence. And that independently existent clay has given existence to the pot. And the pot is nothing but a name and a form given to the clay. Therefore, pot is mithya and the clay is satyam. Pot can be destroyed. You can destroy the pot. You can convert the pot to another object, a plate. And a plate can be further converted to a lid. You can destroy the pot to make it into another product, possible, before the pot is baked. Even if the pot is baked, if you destroy the pot, it becomes powder. It doesn't become pot powder. Where is pot to become the powder? It becomes clay powder only. Again, you say clay powder. You don't say pot powder. Where is pot then? Pot really doesn't exist. That is called mithya. Understand? This is important to be understood. So what is satyam? Clay is satyam. That is what we say. Atma is satyam. And anything other than Atma is Nitya iti. The one who understands this, Ubayoko api drishtaha antaha. Who is that? He is a Tattvadarshi. So this fact, the ultimate truth of these two, what is these two? Sataha abhavaha na vidyate. Asataha bhavaha na vidyate. This is the truth. This is seen only by the Tattvadarshi. Iti. This is the meaning of this shloka. With this, we will stop today. The next class, we will go to the next shloka. I hope you understand this shloka. This shloka we can discuss on and on and on for a number of classes. Since I got to know that this shloka is a bit difficult to grasp, so I tried to make you understand the simple explanation. Still, if you have doubt, then we have to see it again. Maybe in the next class or in other context. So we will stop here. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunvanti Divyaistavaihi Vedai Sangapada Kramopanishadaihi Gayanti Yam Sabagaha Dhyanavastita Dadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginaha Yasyantam Navidusura Suraganaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanta Shanta Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी.
Thank you,
धन्यवाद.
Sharanji.
Understand all of you this shloka?
Yes,
Yes,
Sharanji.
very nice.
Very interesting.
Thank you.
Thank you. Dhanyavad.
Dhanyawad.
Thank you. Dhanyawad, Sharanji.
Thank you so very much.